Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review. Well, sorry, no, not a review, sorry. I'm going to be doing my first impressions of the show, Big City Greens, and basically the first two episodes. Just like what I did with Amphibia, I was talking about what I thought of the characters, the season so far, and like the first two episodes. So that's what I'm going to be doing with Big City Greens. So what I thought of Big City Greens so far is it's not really plot based, like Amphibia, where there's no really overall narrative. It's more like these, this country family is settling in the big city and getting used to the environment and meeting new people and living with their grandma. That's basically like the narrative, so there isn't really much plot. And again, we're only in the first two episodes, which were episode one was Space Chicken Steak Night, and episode two was Cricket Versus and Blue Tater. Those are the two stories in each episode. And like no episode was really bad. Space Chicken was better than I expected it to be. So no episode was really bad. And and what I thought of the characters were, I'm gonna start with Cricket because he's like technically the main character, but it's mostly surrounding like the Green family, the Greens. That those are like the main characters, but Cricket is like centered around him. So Cricket, he's has a big heart. He like cares about the family legacy and stuff like that. And when family's in trouble, he always wants to like save the day and be the hero. And he's like 10 or something, so he's like a little rebellious and mischievous, and he's a rambunctious boy. Like he gets into trouble, but even especially when he wants to help, he just gets in trouble. Like in Steak Night, he he made a mistake. He admitted his mistake, and he was basically trying to fix it, but he got in trouble while doing it. In Cricket Versus, he was trying to like prove himself being a green, and basically kind of he and like he was trying to prove himself being a green to try to fight an animal, like to prove to his grandma like I'm a green too. And he kind of got in trouble doing that, where um I'm trying to think, like, what was it? An officer, kind of got kicked off like a horse, and he faked fighting a lion, and grandma just called him like not being a green and stuff like that. And he eventually fought grandma for like the legacy stuff and like that, and he had a good speech. In Space Chicken, he was trying to impress the neighbors, and he wrecked Big Coffee next door, again getting in trouble, but he has a big heart and he wants to do things for the family, and that's like his goal, I think, and going on adventures. Tilly, his older sister, she has a heart also, obviously. She cares about the family too. She's more laid back than Cricket, where Cricket like wants to get something done, that's all in his mind, where Tilly is more kind of more into nature and more like there's this thing going on, but when there's another thing going on also, she wants to focus on that too. Where she's not just focused on one thing, and she's connected with animals too, like what we saw with what was it? The sorry, a Steak Night. She was like, connecting with like the rats and stuff. She was riding them, so that was one. And was there another? I guess like in the first story, episode one, Space Chicken, she was like connecting with like the cows and stuff like that, like kind of petting them and stuff. So like she like has a connection with animals, and she's an older sister, so she looks after Cricket. And Meryl gave those inspirational speeches and steak night where Cricket messed up and he was underneath the subway seats. She said, like, the Cricket I know doesn't give up in a challenge, and he always like wants to help out his family. That was an inspirational speech. Even though the dad Bill, like, I'll get to him in a minute. He's like, Tilly, you gotta stop doing that. I'm like, what do you mean? Stop giving advice or stop encouraging your brother to like do dangerous things? Because she kind of did both, but she had good intentions. And also gave another one about the Blue Tater episode, which was pretty funny. Where like, hey, we create our own luck. We create our own path. The coin I was kind of like fooling with you. I glued 2 pennies just to show the head. So every time like we do a competition, it always showed heads, so I can win. And we create our own path. We create our own way. And like the Blue Tater is just a potato. Grandma's crazy, but she didn't really say that. But like, it's just a potato. It's gonna turn into a French fry, and whatever happens, happens. 2 beautiful inspirational speeches. I hope she keeps on doing them and continues being a good older sister. Now to Bill. He's a dad. Single dad. They don't really talk about the mom, ever. But he's a single dad. He's a farmer, and he's living with his mom. Alice, and I'll get to her after Bill. And he likes to take care of the kids, and make sure they don't get into trouble, like Cricket. And he just wants to protect the family and not get into trouble. Where Cricket's like, when like the family's in trouble, he go into extremes to like help and be the hero. While Bill's like, if there's like a way to help, but it's safe and no one gets hurt, he would take that path. So like, they kind of have that like parallel a little bit. And he seems like a good dude. So that's all I really had to say about him. And his fingers kind of chopped off a little bit, if you can tell. So now Alice Dolores Green. She she's a grandma. She's really hilarious. I really like her voice. I want to know because even I guess spoiler alert, well, sort of spoiler, I don't know, I guess halfway, where in season 1 and season 2 we keep on getting this, I guess you can call it a gag, where she keeps on saying like, how do you think I lost my leg? And there's episodes where it's like, you keep on changing the story, like, oh, she lost her leg. Wait, I don't want to spoil any episodes. So like, you lost your leg, I lost my leg this way, I lost my leg to this, I lost my leg to this, how do you think I lost my leg? And it's like she keeps on changing the story. And there's gonna be a season 3 of Big City Greens. I'm watching a season 2 like currently, and I'm doing season 1 with you guys. Well, I mean, I already watched season 1, but like I'm reviewing it with you guys. But yeah, and I personally did not get an answer yet about what happened to her leg. Like, was it in a war? Was it like, what was it? I'm actually speculating because I don't even know. So yeah, that's something I want to find out. Like, she's kind of like, she's trying to get used to the big city and stuff. She doesn't really like things too much, especially the new. She's into classics and old stuff. While the family's like, oh, you got to do the new thing. That's kind of the narrative with her. And she's really funny. She has a sword, and she cares about the family too. And like, kind of like the Blue Tater episode was kind of like her episode, her and Cricket's episode, where she's like, we had that backstory about, oh, like, this has been haunting country folk for like thousands of years. And the horse guy was really funny, about running over the farmers and the other horses. And what was this? And yeah, and she's just a really good character, and I really hope we get more into her backstory because I really like those old curmudgeon characters. So let's see. I talked about Cricket, Tilly, Bill, Alice. Mm, oh, okay. I was gonna talk about this other character. Do you remember that girl like that was in like the first story, episode one, that brought Cricket after they wrecked Big Coffee? This girl that was like working at the place. I know her name, but I'm not sure if they talked about it in the episode, so I'm not gonna say her name, but I do know it until I forgot which episode. Like that was her like big episode that like where we kind of know more about her. So that should be coming up, but I forgot episode 10 maybe. I don't know, but or four. I might be way off. I don't know, but So, but yeah, I don't want to talk about her because you guys don't, you probably don't even know her name. But I wanted to talk about Remy. Yeah, those are like the main characters like so far. You know, we talked about the kids and Bill and Alice, and the other person we kind of know about is Remy, where we kind of only saw him for um Space Chicken. We didn't see him for Steak Night or Cricket Versus or Blue Tater. He was kind of in that one story, but he is the main character. And yeah, I kind of like his design. He's kind of like the nerdy kid, and um probably has like authoritative parents because he kind of said violin lessons be darned. And kind of like, oh come on, like are your parents bad or something? Why don't you want to do what your parents are telling you to do? Like they're telling you to go to violin lessons. Are you being pressured to something? I want like when we go through the season, when I express like what are Remy's parents' expectations for Remy. So like just kind of like more into that. And I like his design. He's kind of nerdy, has glasses, and he's like getting along with Cricket until he's like, hey, you want to help us launch a chicken into space? He said like, all right. Like he doesn't even know them, and and the Greens just accept them like into the family. That's how like humble they are. Even the grandma, like he's like your friend too, to give me a kiss. Like she doesn't even know him, but I guess maybe like his presence, like he's kind of like a little kid. He's not really much of a threat. She can like tell that this is a good kid and kind of deserves my worth because she's kind of like old fashioned that way. So I kind of glad that we got kind of that good gracious from her, but not really Bill. Where he's like, Rem's like, should I leave or go with Cricket? And then go to Cricket's room. And it's like, wait, who is that? Like, but I guess he kind of accepts him because he's like, hey, can I join the rough housing? That kind of shows him that he's getting accepted by the Green family. I kind of really, really like that. And, like I really like the characters. The show is really funny, has a lot of heart. The humor, I guess the humor can be a little bit better because some jokes are just they're not good and bad timing sometimes. With the fun song where Tilly was doing it in the wrong mood, I was like, Tilly, no. And the whole Alice stealing the sour cream, I didn't really like that. And the num thing with the horse with the police officer, I didn't really like that either. So there are some nitpicks stuff there. Like you just do better with the humor, but the heart is there. Like that's good, even with that plot, and it could have plot probably, but that's the end of the episode. That's the end of the video. And what did you guys think? Which one was which one was your favorite story overall out of the four, and which one, episode 1 or episode 2, was your favorite episode, and who's your favorite character? For kids, because we kind of know a little bit more about Cricket. Well, Tilly? Yeah, Tilly. I would say Tilly is my favorite kid character because giving those speeches and stuff. And I was gonna say Cricket, but like, Tilly. And for favorite adult character, is Alice. I just really like her. And everyone, next week on Tuesday, don't know what I'm gonna do. I could go back to Amphibia, or stick with Big City Greens, or go to another show, or I could talk about DuckTales and do that video explaining why I'm not doing those reviews anymore. Yep, I could do that on Tuesday, but I don't know. But anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.